I saw this quote the other day and it says, "Don't do any task in order to get it over with. Resolve to do each job in a relaxed way, with all of your attention. Enjoy and be one with your work." I swear the key to life is to be fully engaged and present in whatever you are doing. So often we go on these autopilots, in these routines, and we're physically present, but our brain is in a million other places. It's either worrying about something we have in the future, stressing about something that happened yesterday or in the past, clinging on to past trauma, past worries, past stresses. Like, how often are we fully engaged and present in whatever we are doing without wishing we were somewhere else, without wishing we had something else, without worrying about something else that doesn't exist right in this present moment? Like, when you come back to the now, nothing is wrong. Like, nothing is wrong. Like, all the things you're worrying about don't exist right now 90% of the time. Like, unless you're like literally about to get hit by a car or something like that, right now you're fine. Right now you're sitting on a chair, you're watching a video, you're okay, you're fine. When you're a kid, right, everything feels so light, everything feels magical, everything feels fun, everything feels easier because you're present, because you don't worry about what happens tomorrow. You're not thinking about the consequences of something. You're just thinking, oh, I want to play with that thing right now. I'm going to play. When you're playing, you're playing. That's all you're doing. That's all you're thinking about. When you're watching a Disney movie, you're just watching that movie. You're fully engaged and present watching that movie. When you're eating your dinner, you're fully engaged and present in eating your dinner. When you're in the bath, you're fully engaged and present having a bath, playing with your toys, like whatever it is. When you're a kid, you're not aware of everything else in the future and in the past. You're just present. You're just enjoying the moment. And that's what we lose as an adult, because we know more about the world. We know more about the consequences of things. We've learnt more. We've experienced things that give us trauma or memories or associations with things. When we're driving to work, we're not driving. We're not focusing on the road. We're focusing on what we have to do that day, on what we have due tomorrow, on what our boss might think if we get there late because the traffic's bad. We rush through our lives, and we're never fully engaged and present. And it's really sad, because life is only ever experienced as now. The future you're worrying about so much, when you get there, it'll still be experienced as now. The things that you once wished for, you have, but you don't even notice you have them because you're too busy focusing on the things you don't have. And when you get to the things that you think you need to be happy, I guarantee you, by the time you get them, you're not even going to remember or acknowledge or be proud of yourself for getting them, because you're already going to be thinking of the next thing you need to be happy, or that you don't have, or that you need. And that's the cycle of life. The process of getting something is more fun than actually getting it. There's a statistic I heard on a podcast, and it said 90% of our enjoyment of things comes from the anticipation. The fun is in getting the thing, is getting excited about the thing. The thing itself, amazing for 2 seconds, and then it's over. And then it's on to the next thing. Life is always about the next thing. When I heard this quote about being one with your work, being fully engaged and present in whatever you're doing, it fully just snapped me out of that mentality. And now when I'm driving somewhere and I'm stuck in traffic, I try and enjoy the drive. I try and enjoy listening to music, having time to myself, putting on a podcast, looking at what I'm driving past, noticing the dogs getting walked on the side street, noticing people running and looking happy and exercising, noticing the cool shop fronts or the beautiful houses I'm driving past. That's what I try and do. I'm not trying to stress about the destination. I'm not trying to rush and get there faster than I need to get there, because I'll get there when I get there. If I'm stuck in traffic and there's literally nothing I can do about it, then I just resign to the fact that I'll get there as fast as I can. But worrying about not being able to get there faster isn't going to make the drive faster, isn't going to make the traffic move away. It's only going to make me stress and worry and rock up at wherever my location is more rattled. And we don't want to be rattled. We want to keep ourselves calm. The goal is a calm nervous system and peace. And that comes from within. I remember actually this happened when I was young, and I went through a phase where I had this phobia of vomiting. It was so weird. Like, I still have it a little bit, but definitely not as bad as it used to be. Like, I fully went to psychology for it and everything. And I used to stress about other people getting sick when I was at school. Because, you go on school camps, there's always someone on the bus ride that gets car sick or gets the stomach bug or whatever. I would always just worry. And as soon as someone said, I feel sick, whatever, I would freak out. I'd be like, oh my God, they're going to be sick. And I went through a really bad anxiety phase when I was probably in year 7. where I would constantly worry about people being sick, or this phobia, super rational, whatever. But anyway, it was real at the time. And it took one quote from one girl on this video that completely clicked in my brain for some reason at the time. And that was, don't worry about what you can't change. And for some reason, like, you know how you hear quotes, but you might not be ready to receive them? Like, sometimes you hear a quote and in one ear and out the other. And then a few years later, you've had your different life experiences, you've got different knowledge, and you hear the same quote and it's like, oh my God, that really resonates. Anyway, for whatever reason, that clicked in my brain at the time, and I've carried that through my whole life. Do not worry about things you cannot change, because when you get so worked up or worried or stressed about something that you have no control over, like I had no control over if someone was going to be sick around me, but I would stress about it so much, and I would cause myself so much pain and anxiety and worry, and I wouldn't be able to enjoy things I was doing because I was constantly focusing on what happens if this happens. I was constantly stressing about something so irrational, so silly, something I had zero control over. And I was like, why am I torturing myself? And it's that whole thing of deal with things as they come, not as you fear. Now, when I'm worrying about something, I think to myself, okay, what can I control right now? If it's something, cool, action it, control it. If it's nothing and I have zero control over it, then I say, I'm not going to torture myself twice, because if I worry about it now and it happens, I've just gone through an extended period of pain. If I don't worry about it now and it happens, I only have to experience that pain once, and I'll deal with it then. But I'm not going to stress myself out about it now. And if I don't worry about it now and it doesn't happen, which it probably won't, because 90% of the things we worry about never happen, our brains are designed to protect us and keep us safe, not to make us happy, then I don't experience pain at all. So that is the best mentality ever. Expect the best unless proven otherwise. Deal with things as they come, not as you fear. Because life's stressful. You're never not going to have problems, so how can you make dealing with problems more enjoyable? How can you make chores, work, traffic, whatever it is that you find annoying, more enjoyable? So there's things in life you have to do, so you may as well make it fun. I saw another quote recently that I actually shared on my socials, and it says, what a privilege to not know where you want to be in life yet. How lucky are we to have a choice? What a privilege it is to live another day and simply exist. How lucky are we to have a future ahead of us with endless possibilities. If you're lost right now, which 90% of us are, because let's be real, like there's so many options these days, we're exposed to so many different ideas of how we could live our life. Different career options. Do we want to travel? Do we want to settle down and have a family? You know, should we be buying a dog? Should we be living in 10 different countries before the age of 30? Should we be buying a house and saving our money? Like, we are seeing all these different options on social media, and it's giving us analysis paralysis. We've got all these conflicting pieces of information, opinions, you know, and it's that whole thing of a man with one watch knows the time. A man with two watches is never sure. Because when you have too much information, you are constantly second guessing yourself. But it's also a privilege. Like, we literally have so much choice because we have so many options available to us, so much opportunity that never existed in the past, so much information and ability to educate ourselves that we didn't have in the past. And this can cause stress and worry, but it's also so exciting because, like, once you settle and once you have that career or you have a family or you settle down, like, that's it. That's your path, and amazing and cool, but you know what you're doing, and so much excitement comes from not knowing and having the freedom to choose and get excited about the possibilities. There is no timeline. We've never lived in a world where this much opportunity exists, so use it to your advantage. Stop worrying about how you should be living and just live every single day as present as you can be. Follow things that make you happy and excited for life. Another mindset shift that really helped me when it comes to feeling lost is think of big life decisions as adventures rather than permanent fixtures, because often we can get so stressed thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what to choose, because if I choose this, then I'm stuck. Then that's my thing. I don't want to move overseas because what if I hate it? What if it goes wrong and I want to come home? I don't want to quit my job and start this because what if it doesn't work? Like, think of it as an adventure. Nothing is permanent. Everything is figure outable. Yes, you might lose some time or you might lose some money, but you can figure it out. You can always get another job. You can always come home if you go overseas. Everything is figure outable. And if you have that mindset, you will literally be unstoppable, and you will let yourself take the risks necessary to live an amazing, adventurous, fun, fulfilling life. Anyone who did anything cool, amazing, fun, successful, failed 1,000 times, but you only fail when you give up. If you stop after you fall down or something doesn't work, that's when you fail. But if you keep going, it's never a failure. It's a stepping stone getting you to where you want to be. And everything teaches you something. Like, nothing is a waste of time. Everything teaches you something. I feel like it's really easy to look at like past relationships that didn't work out, or, you know, failed ventures, failed trips, failed whatever, and think, oh my gosh, I wasted so much time. I shouldn't have done that. It didn't work out. No, because you would not be the person you are now with the knowledge you have now, with the experiences you have now, with the advice you can give to other people and yourself now, if you didn't do those things. Everything teaches you something. Nothing is a waste of time. There is no right way to live life. Like, literally, life is whatever you want it to be. Life is just a bunch of experiences shoved together, and we label it life at the end. Also, don't rush towards the end of your life, because why are you rushing? Why are you rushing to get married, to find the person, to get the job, to have the kids, to buy the house? Like, why are you rushing all these things? These are the amazing, fun, magnificent, magical parts of life. And once they're done, they're done. And the end is you die. Like, why are you rushing to get to the end? Like, this is life. This is the best part of life, and enjoy it. Enjoy it. Let yourself experience. I always think of myself when I'm a 90-year-old woman. I would give anything to be back in my position. How would I look at my days if I was 90 and I'd asked God to send me back to now? I'd wake up and I would feel, oh my gosh, my body feels amazing. I have energy. I can walk without pain. I would look at myself with complete appreciation. I wouldn't stress about my body. I wouldn't look at my skin on my face and think, oh my gosh, it looks terrible. I would be like, wow, you look beautiful. I can't believe I ever worried about how I looked. I wouldn't stress about feeling lost, because I would think, oh my gosh, I have all this time again to try out all these different things and do as much as I can that I couldn't do when I'm 90. Think about your life with fresh eyes. This is something that I learned from traveling. If you've ever followed me on social media, you'd know that I've done a lot of travel. I grew up with a family that traveled a lot. I lived in heaps of different countries as a kid for my parents' work. For me, something I learned from travel was how present you are. When you are traveling, you are so present. The only thing you're worrying about is where you're going to have your next meal, where you're sleeping that night, what train you need to get on. That's it. But other than that, you're so present because everything is new and exciting. Maybe you're going to a cafe. You have cafes at your hometown, but you're still going to a new cafe in a new town. All the buildings are new, the pathways are new, the people are new, the language is new, the food is different, the grocery stores are different. You are looking at things through a traveler's eyes, through fresh eyes. And the people who have grown up in these places you're visiting, it's not new to them, it's the same to them. They probably are on autopilot too, going through their days, buying their normal things at the grocery store, going to their local cafe. But to you, with fresh eyes, you're looking at it with a newfound appreciation, like, wow, this is so cool, this is so beautiful, this is so interesting. And you're present. I try and take that mentality home. When I'm going through my day-to-day life at home, and I'm lucky to live in one of the most beautiful countries in the world, Australia, I'm looking around as though I am a traveler. How would I view this beach right now? How would I view the grocery store and all the fresh food at this place? How would I view the cafe that I'm going to for breakfast? How would I view the shopping mall? How would I view my life if I was a traveler coming here for the first time? We do this with everything. We get used to things and we lose the magic in them. Things are so magical. The world is so magical, so beautiful, but we choose to ignore those things because they become normal to us and they lose their specialness. Remind yourself every day how blessed you are, how lucky you are to be where you are, to have the things that you have, because you are living someone's dream life. Yes, there are always going to be people that have things that are better than you, that have lives that are better than you, that are luckier than you, that are more beautiful than you, whatever. But there are so many more people that would do anything to be in your position, to be able to walk, to be able to breathe without pain, to be healthy, to look the way you look, to have the opportunities you have. We are living someone's dream life. On that note of travel, one of the best travel hacks that I've recently found, and shout out to Airalo for sponsoring this video, is Airalo eSIMs. I didn't even know eSIMs existed, but they're literally a digital SIM card. So you don't have to buy a physical SIM at the airport. You don't have to have crazy data roaming charges. You don't have to be searching for Wi-Fi when you just want to use Google Maps or order an Uber or anything like that. It's literally an app you download on your phone. You can activate it completely from your device before you even get off the plane, and you have a full SIM card on your phone. So you have access to the internet, you have data, whatever. It is life-changing. It is amazing. It's available in over 200 countries and regions. I just highly recommend. I didn't even know these things existed, but they're life-changing for travel. Obviously your phone is so important when you're traveling, so please check it out. I'll put the link in the description of this video, and if you use code Lily, you can get $3 USD off your first Airalo eSIM. Focus on the good things, because what we focus on, we attract more of. What we focus on, we see. We tell our brains what to look out for. Cognitive bias. It's that whole thing. If you're going to buy a car, suddenly you start seeing that car everywhere. That car hasn't just been put everywhere on the road. It's because your brain's looking out for that thing. Because think about it, we are seeing so much stimulus around us every single day. Imagine how overwhelming that would be for our brain and our senses if we were consciously aware of every single thing around us, in our peripherals, the noises we hear. Our brain only focuses on the tiny little window that we tell it to focus on. So if you're telling it to focus on all the problems, if you're constantly complaining about things, if you're constantly worrying about your body, looking for your flaws, waking up and looking in the mirror and seeing a pimple and stressing about that, if you're saying, oh, I hate this about myself, I'm so bad at my job, the weather's so bad today, you're going to be seeing so much evidence to back up those beliefs. Your brain's looking out for the problems. Now look at that in reverse. If you wake up and you tell yourself, wow, my eyes look so beautiful today. I'm so excited at another chance to make this the best day ever. I heard someone say that she makes it a game. So she tells herself every morning, today is the best day ever, and asks her, why is it going to be the best day ever? So then she's looking out for all the reasons that today is going to be the best day ever. And then constantly throughout the day, you're looking for all the reasons that today is the best day ever. Maybe your bus came 10 minutes early. Maybe your boss said something amazing about how good you were doing at work. Maybe one of your friends invited you to go to this really cool restaurant for dinner. Like, when you start looking for the good things, you see good things. And last but not least, I want to talk about detachment, because if you have seen Mel Robbins, you'll know the let them theory is fully trending right now, and that has honestly been another life-changing mindset hack. If you haven't heard of it, the let them theory, it's basically saying if someone is doing something, if they're talking bad about you, or your friends don't invite you to somewhere and you're getting so sad about it, or you want to say something, just let them. Let people show you who they are. You don't need to try and control people. You don't need to change them. You don't need to change yourself as a result. Let them. And it's pretty much the whole law of detachment. The law of detachment is amazing because we can get so hung up on trying to control things that are out of our control, especially when it comes to other people, because every single thing in life is a projection. People have so many things going on in their world that is completely different to yours, and it's that whole thing. Like, if I tell you, think of a tree, and you think of a tree and I think of a tree, our trees in our brains are completely different. But think about if I'm telling you a story about something, your interpretation of that story and your understanding of that story and your visualization of that story is going to be completely different to me, and that's based on your own life experiences, your own traumas, your own associations with words and places and people and things and everything. We're all our own beings, and we all have our own things going on. So when someone is being grumpy or rude, a stranger at the shop, you're trying to buy something, they're rude to you. You're driving on the road and someone cuts you off and you get all mad. Like, just try and think everyone is a person going through stuff, and happy people are a lot nicer, which says a lot about people who aren't very nice. So next time someone is being rude, next time someone is being grumpy, next time someone isn't being friendly, don't take it personally, because it has nothing to do with you. If you are a nice person, if you are a good person, if you are kind, if you are smiley and happy and generous, that has nothing to do with you. It's their own world, and they're probably miserable and not happy, and something's going wrong. So something my mum has always told me is to try and crack people. And it is insane how much this has made a difference to my life and my interactions with people. I remember I was dealing with a real estate agent when I came to a rental property I had a few years ago, and she was so rude on the phone for no reason. I called up to ask about something with the place, and I remember she was so rude to me for no reason. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Her job, she's probably dealing with complaints from people all day, every day. She's probably already on the defense because she's worried, or she's dealt with all these people all day. Imagine how that would make you feel. Imagine how you would respond to people if you're just dealing with people complaining, taking out their issues on you when you're just a messenger. Like, she's probably not happy, and she's probably not used to dealing with friendly people. So I just went over and above to be nice to this person, to say, thank you so much. You're probably dealing with so many stressful people. Like, thank you so much for being so accommodating. And instantly, her whole demeanor changed. It's like breaking someone out of this angry, grumpy character, and they catch themselves being not friendly, and they'll switch. And obviously you won't get this all the time. Some people are set in their ways, but it's surprising how all it takes is for you to be kind or positive or happy or ask someone how they're doing, and you'll get a completely different response from them. Everyone is a human, everyone's struggling, everyone has something going on that we can't see. Never take anything personally, and as long as you try your best to be that sunny, sunshine, happy, positive energy, that is contagious. Negativity is contagious, but also positivity. So be an energy giver, not an energy sapper. Anyway, that is my YouTube video for the day. I felt like I just needed to ramble because it's a Monday morning. Sometimes we've got to kick ourselves up the butt. Mondays can be the best day of the week if you want. Don't go along with society's version of a Monday. It's just another day. We've labeled it as a Monday. And if you're not happy with something in your life, change it. And if you can't change it, change your reaction to it, because the goal in life is to have fun and to make things lighter. Things are only as serious as you make them. Things are only embarrassing if you make them embarrassing. Let yourself be a beginner with things. Do the things you're scared to do. Anyway, that's it. You're amazing. I love you. Have the best day ever, and I'll see you in my next video.